Hello. Welcome to Bump in the Night Society presents Exploring Your Society. I'm your host, Sean Bowman.
I'm Phil K.
Tonight we have Nick and Angie from the Bell Mansion. Say what's up, Nick and Angie.
Hi.
What's up, Nick and Angie?
Oh!
That intro was legit.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I look like I'm freaking high in that freaking intro.
Yeah, Mikey did like the original thing, and then I just I'll switch the guests out each week, but we just keep the other little part,
Bastard.
I actually got to work on an outro. I haven't did the outro yet. I had one outro, but I didn't have time to do one today. So
Sean, you have a radio voice. Has anyone ever told you that?
He does,
No,
actually.
I don't think so.
Well,
So you're saying I don't have a podcast face there?
you have a face made for radio, buddy.
Oh, yeah, brother.
My hair is definitely banging right now, but whatever.
Hey, Peggy.
That's all.
So I guess first question is, how'd you guys get involved with the paranormal?
I was bored on a Tuesday, and I picked up a book. And no, I'm just kidding. Golly. How'd you get into paranormal, love?
you.
Oh, that was a short answer.
You have to share his story. Okay, he really does have a good story. I think he just tells it all the time. It's a good story.
Yeah, I know going on different shows, you tell the same shit
Really
over and over again. But
He's just being
I'm
a
excited.
smartass.
Yeah, I'm being a
Oh,
smart
my
ass.
glasses are perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. We'll do the cliff notes.
Do it.
Maybe. Okay. I've seen ghosts. I've seen spirits my whole life. To be honest with you, where my dad lived when I was younger, he lived with his brother and his wife, and he used to be a funeral home. And then, so yeah, I would see weird stuff all the time. I went to Catholic school. I was an altar boy. We seen weird stuff at the church. And still at that, I just chalked it up as seeing stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, it just is what it is. And then, all the ghost shows come out, like Ghost Hunters, Paranormal State, then Ghost Adventures, all them. I loved all the TV shows. I watched them all. Still at that point, I had no interest of being a paranormal investigator or researcher. It wasn't until I went through a pretty nasty divorce, and the house we lived in, it always had activity. Again, I chalked it up. It is what it is. There's ghosts, there's spirits. I've always believed in it. I've always seen them. It is what it is. And once she left and her kids left, it was pretty much just left me in the house, and I was remodeling the house. And I slept on the couch for like the first year and a half because I was remodeling my whole room and stuff like that. And the activity just started picking up. It started getting really weird. I started having weird dreams about spirits attacking me in the house. We started seeing more shadow figures. We'd hear disembodied voices and screams in the house. And then it got to the point where the one spirit was legit holding me down, kind of like sleep paralysis, but a little bit more than sleep paralysis.
okay.
I'm a pretty big guy. I sleep with a fan 24/7.
I hear the same thing.
And you'll never catch me like with a comforter or something over my head. And I woke up one night and I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. I couldn't talk. The blanket was over my head. I couldn't get it off my head, and it freaked me out. So my sister, which she was originally part of Old World Paranormal Society, I contacted her because she's always been into Wicca and witchcraft and stuff like that. She's always dabbled into it. But I called her because I was like, look, it got to the point, my kids didn't want to stay here. I was freaked out. Like, I didn't know what to do. I said, hey, can you find me somebody to help me? And she's like, and I told her everything that happened. And she was like, yeah. She's like, so she did some phone calls and some research, and she found a guy named Randall Smith. So he comes up from Huntington, cost me a few $100. I was like, hey, what the hell, And he gets here, and the first thing he's doing, he's just rambling off all these spirits in his house. And I'm like, how the hell do you know this? How do you know these people are here? And this particular one was a little girl. He like described her to a T. And this little girl, I've had multiple dreams about her to the point where even like kind of fought her in my dream, and she threw me down the stairs. So I already knew what she looked like. And for him to just walk in and be like, oh, blah, 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 you know, and I didn't even tell my sister. So my sister couldn't even relay this to him.
Mm.
You know, then he's sitting there talking to my dogs, and my dogs are going crazy because it almost looked like they're having a damn conversation.
Jesus.
And I'm just sitting here like, seriously, like, what the fuck?
Right.
And so he goes, well, give me about an hour and a half, 2 hours, you know, come back and, you know, or I'll text you when I'm done. I'm like, so we leave. And he texts, we come back, and guys, I'm telling you, when I walked back into my house, it was the most peaceful thing I've ever experienced in my life.
That's good.
And I sat there, we talked to Randall for like another hour and, you know, going through some things, and, you know, he left, and I instantly turned to my sister and I was like, we got to do this. And she's like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know what it means, but we got to do what he's doing and help other people like he helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're curious or you just wanted to learn more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we spent the next year, you know, studying a little bit, figuring out how to, you know, even start a paranormal group to boot, you know, and the social media aspect, and learning how to investigate and talking to other people. Then we finally launched Old World Paranormal Society. And, you know, we just thought, honestly, it would be like a hobby, and every once in a while we might be able to help somebody.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. It was people around the area start hearing about us, that we did residential cases, and that's what we do. And we offer clearings, and it took off like wildfire. And the first 3 or 4 years of investigating with, you know, with the crew, that's all we did was residentials. I had no interest of going to any pay to play places per se, you know, like Waverly or Randolph or anywhere, you know. I had no interest because that wasn't the point of me getting into it. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago that somebody invited me to go to Randolph County Asylum, you know, and I'm like, all right, you know, screw it, I'll go check it out. And I'm like, hey, you know what, this is actually kind of cool. So we started going around to a couple other places, and then one day I got a phone, or a mutual buddy of mine comes down to a job site, and he goes, hey, my wife's boss just bought this old funeral home downtown. I'm like, okay. And he's like, the one that looks like a castle. I'm like, oh, the Klein one? He's like, yeah. He goes, would you be interested in investigating? They want to know if it's haunted because they want to do a B&B. And I'm like, okay, yeah, hell yeah. I'm not going to turn that down. Shoot. You know, we've had some once in a life opportunities. Some of these places we've been to that like nobody has ever heard of or known or even thought about going to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been pretty blessed with that. So I was like, hell, this is just another blessing. And so we show up with the crew, and I'm sitting there talking to this couple, and they're like, hey, the owner's daughter wants to come hang out and check this out. She's kind of curious about it. I'm like,
so who's the owner's daughter?
I
I know the story.
Yeah, so I'm outside smoking with my buddy Dan, and she pulls up. She comes walking by, and she's like, "Oh, hi guys." I'm like, "Hi," and she walks inside, and I looked at Dan. I'm like, "Who the hell was that?"
Tell me more.
And yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah.
You know, she's still putting up with me to this day.
Yes.
Very much so.
It's
That's a
not,
good
I didn't
thing.
know about that little girl in your dreams. I really don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Mhm.
So
you
how
were-
long is the group been around?
We ended up starting it in 2017.
Okay.
Wow.
How long you guys been together?
Ooh, little over a year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
And I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I was a huge skeptic. I grew up
Mhm.
just super conservative. My parents were like, hey, you have to live inside this box. You know, they
Right.
Mhm.
never explored it, never know
Mhm.
nothing. I always kind of felt like I didn't know I was an empath, but I
Mhm.
felt, I just knew I felt things really deep, and I could
Yeah.
just pick up on people's energy. I didn't know what it was until, you know, meeting him, meeting the team, learning more. So that's been awesome. meeting people like you guys, and getting to just be myself and meet like-minded people. It's been awesome. So then we worked on my dad for a good, 6 months, 7 months.
Yeah, to the point where we gave up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
man.
the Airbnb fell through. Rules, regulations, BS.
Right.
We were very limited with what we could do with the building. And then that's when Nick's like, oh my gosh, and then I went to a couple places with them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I realized, the interaction and what we were seeing. And I'm like, okay, like this could work.
Well, Phil, I know you've never been there, but the building is immaculate. Like
Is it really?
condition it's in is really, really good condition.
Where's it located at again?
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. Okay. Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, me and Jen stopped there the night before Monroe House when we went out that way.
That's awesome. I would love to go there. I really would.
It was a funeral home for 93 years. And my parents are only the fourth owners. That's the crazy part. Built in 1893.
And it's still keeping it.
Yeah.
Damn. It's still going well, too.
Yes. It's so well preserved. That's what's so awesome about it. The history, if you're not into the paranormal, the building alone's cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But on top of the funeral home left everything. All the gurneys, body boxes, embalming equipment, embalming tables.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
So
That
this
is
gentleman
nuts.
has a young child around him.
Yeah, that's our friend Karma.
Yes.
From
Yes,
the UK
yes.
or whatever. She's a psychic. She's on a lot of our lives in that.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Well, hello.
Hi.
I've been friends with her for about 4 or 5 years. She's awesome. She's
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Can you see if it's a boy or girl? Oh, 2-year-old.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
That's cool.
They don't shock me. It's
Yeah,
not here. No.
it's like doing this type of thing. Anything's possible now. I don't. It's
Have you
what's
guys
the
ever
crazy?
had attachments or anything?
I have.
Do you feel like you have?
I have from Bel Air, actually. Not the time we were not the time we were there with you guys, but a different time, actually. The first time I was there, which I've told this story 100 times, but I'll tell you guys.
I'm sorry. You might have already told us.
It's fine.
I'm
No,
sorry.
but the first time that we went there, which was back with our old team, like Jen wasn't even there. I stayed in Emily Davis's room, which that was the room, we were getting a lot of interact. We got Phil and Philip actually in there, remember?
Oh yeah, which means I got called out, so I'm gonna go
I
there
told
now.
Phil about that. But in that same room, that's the room I stayed in. And Karma actually was the one that said something about something being attached to me. But there was stuff that was happening at home. Like Jen was having nightmares. And one thing that happened that was really weird is I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And our bathroom setups in the doors, at the foot of the bed. And I walked around the bed and was at the wall, touching the wall, trying to figure my way out of the room. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then Jen woke up and she's like, what are you doing? And I felt so stupid. I just ran out of the room or whatever. That was really weird. And then there was another time when she woke up in the middle of the night, she was crying. Well, I thought she was crying. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I just heard someone crying. And she wasn't crying. So, but Karma was saying that it jumped from me to her because when we were at the Inspiration House, I guess it was attached to Jen. And hopefully, I'm pretty sure it's not attached to either one of us anymore because that was a while ago. But
Yeah,
Wow.
that's insane.
Wow. How about you,
Yeah.
Phil? Have you experienced anything like that?
Actually, it's funny because
just
I
female
had...
attachments.
Oh yeah. Actually, I had something follow me home, not with being a paranormal investigator, because I met Sean at Scare House in Etna.
Which is a haunted house in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Like
and,
a haunted attraction, actors and stuff.
And whenever I moved into my apartment, this was probably about 4 years ago, I always kept my guest bedroom door open, and I have my recliner kind of positioned so I can kind of look to my left and I could see where the inside of my guest bedroom is. And it was always dark in there. And I was always looking in there, I don't know. You just have that weird intuition that something's there, but something's not. So I was talking to Karma the one night, and she said, hey, you've been a little off lately. I'm like, really? How the hell did you know that? She's like, well, not to freak you out or anything, but during one of your nights at the Scare House, something followed you home. And I was kind of like, oh, crap, But it really wasn't freaky. I guess she mentioned She's like, they're not talking about your one night stands.
I like this karma. I like it.
Oh, she's great. But yeah, like it wasn't like anything bad. It was just something followed me home and it was just pacing around my apartment bored. I guess I'm boring whenever I'm at home. I don't know. So went to work and she said it left. So that was really the only thing that actually followed me home. But aside from that, nothing's ever, as far as I know, as far as I know, like attached to me, at least I think. I mean, I haven't had any weird reactions. Although whenever I was dating the last girl I was with, the first time hanging out at her place, her cat went ballistic on me and was just going crazy. And she was freaking out like, oh my God, do you have an attachment with you? I'm like, no, I swear to God. But I did come back from a penitentiary about a week and a half ago to do an investigation. So I really hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
But nah, nothing bad. Knock on wood. I mean,
That's
and I'm
real.
right.
It's
Oh, yeah.
very.
I've dealt with a few nasty ones before.
Oh, really? I was going to say, what's the worst experience you guys have had since being a part of a team? Or craziest, rather, I should say.
We had some very interesting moments for sure. The one, I had a feeling I had another attachment. I was kind of, I don't know, I just felt off and I felt cranky and
yeah,
I don't know. But I had a dream that I was, this is going to sound really weird. I was fighting a witch.
Oh.
And the witch looked like a prototypical witch. Like, the Wizard of Oz type of witch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like fighting her, like almost like physically. And the next thing I know, she like charged at me, but I woke up. But when I woke up, I felt like I was sucker punched.
Oh, Jesus.
In my stomach.
Yeah.
So I thought about it for, oh my God, a good week. And actually, we were doing these Facebook live shows, and I had Randall on that week, and I toyed with saying something online. And I was like, no, I'll just ask him afterwards. But I was like, you know what? People are going to want to know that, paranormal investigators deal with this stuff too. It's not just other people. Yeah. So I asked him on the show, and he was like, well, you had what was called a psychic attack. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And he goes, well, during your sleep or whatnot, you realized that attachment had detached from you and you were fighting it off to not letting it come back in. And that moment it re-entered is where I woke up and felt like I had a sucker punch.
Oh, geez.
I was like, oh shit. So he helped me through that process and I was able to deal with it and get rid of it. So.
Okay. Angie, have you dealt with anything?
I think I'm still really new to all of it, to be honest. I did just ask literally yesterday. What would you call Rod? A medium, I guess. I don't know. A medium. Yeah. We were watching the fireworks at the Bell. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, guys, I have felt so off. I'm talking just, I don't know. That looks.
Sleep with one eye open.
Maybe you're pregnant.
He said that I didn't have anything, but I can imagine dealing with that. Just not. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, in her case, she's fairly new to the paranormal, and not only going on cases with me to now what we're doing with the Bell and literally dealing with the same spirits on a daily basis. They're like our family. On top of that, she is an empath and she feels really deeply. So now she's walking around completely open. She doesn't know how to shut it off. So she literally, not only is she's taking everybody's energy around her living wise, but now she's dealing with it in the spiritual sense. And she needs to learn how to decompress that, get rid of that, and then stuff like that. So she's working on that now.
We don't have nothing negative at Bell, right?
Do what I'm sorry?
I said there's nothing negative at Bell Mansion, right?
It depends if I use the bathroom for number 2.
There was, but
we had two in the basement that we had to deal with. One was he was an 8-year-old boy. He had been there for a very long time, but he kind of, his name was Jacob. He kind of looked like a dwarf child, kind of. and he had some type of mental illness. We think from like some type of not a disease, but like a poisoning.
Yeah.
Okay. And anyway, so he was portraying himself to look like a demon, but he wasn't a demon.
Oh.
So we had some other people in the building, and they were running around saying the D word, and like, and of course that pissed us off into no end because we're like, look, there's no movement in this damn house. Stop it. You know, our spirits can portray themselves however they want. You know, so until you know 100%, stop walking around with that. But anyways, so we had to get rid of him. He's gone. And then the other one, his name was Calvin. He was down in the basement, what we call the creepy room, because some people would walk in this room and they would.
Yeah, you showed me that room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in that room.
Right.
Mhm.
Well,
Pretty cool.
this guy, evidently, he liked to do a lot of weird, freaky stuff to dead bodies in that room. So, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
There's a couple other comments.
Yeah.
Going back to Mikey's.
Yeah.
Not all attachments are negative.
Yeah.
I think Phil dropped off a child attachment in my house next year.
Bastard.
He dropped the kids off at the pool or what?
Not necessarily the pool that I use them. Yeah, we all have stomach issues on our team for the most part. It's really funny.
Oh yes. Join the
Oh yeah.
I think any spirit can attach, right? I mean, it could be positive or negative, or no?
Man, yeah, I mean, we can dive into this if you want.
Yeah.
This might fill up your 2 hours.
And I'm just learning, and this is me just learning because that is a good comment. Like people just assume they're all negative.
So, I mean, look, you want to talk about that? You want to talk about spirits?
Yeah, we can.
Go for it, man. For sure. Yeah.
How do we start? So, a lot of the spirits that we deal with, or any paranormal investigator deal with, for the most part, most of them that are around are either stuck in their death state, or they're scared to cross over because of stuff they did in their life, or they're mentally ill. Okay, they don't know to cross over. They only know, and then that kind of goes back to the death state. Like they don't know exactly at first of their death. You miss your opportunity to kind of cross over. That's kind of like our understanding of it, you know. But the ones that the spirits that do know that they have passed and they have crossed over and they have come back for whatever reason, those are tend to be, you know, loved ones that come visit, or somebody that's coming back for a specific reason, being an AKA their house or whatnot. I don't really think those people are the ones to attach with you, like an actual attachment. I mean, they might come with you on some certain areas or be with you, but they're not going to affect you on your day-to-day basis, versus somebody that is, you know, died traumatically, died of a mental illness, or died in such a way that it took them so long to understand that they're actually dead. Does that make sense? And they're kind of stuck here until somebody can come assist them, open a light, a door, or however you want to envision it, you know, asking, you know, their family and loved ones on the other side to come get them, type of thing. You know, they're kind of stuck. They're stuck. You know, it's not like, you know, we talk about portals all the time, you know, where spirits come and go, but it's really like, how do you want to define that? Is it a portal to a different dimension? Is it a portal to another place on Earth where they just travel fast, type of thing? We really don't know, you know.
Well, it seems like a common thing is like a lot of places will claim that they have portals, or even how you were going back to the kids or whatever, that all the kids are demons or whatever, you know, like that's a common theme at a lot of places.
Well, a lot of people are quick to throw that D word out, man. And
that's a TV.
I'm telling you, I don't care how nasty your spirit is or what's going on in your house. I'm going to tell you 99.8% of the time, it's not demonic.
Yeah.
It's just not, you know. It's a pissed off spirit, you know. It's a spirit that was hell, I don't know, could have been a serial killer in real life, and he's just doing whatever he wants to do in the afterlife, and he's gonna wreak
Yeah, people are
havoc
just
on
fucked up as much as them.
Right, exactly, exactly. And what people I don't know. You talk to a lot of demonologists. Even some demonologists are probably full of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Just like some mediums.
Some mediums
Yeah.
are full of shit. But okay, you guys got to really think about it. I mean, the whole persona of a demonic presence. Is it to knock on a wall? Is it to move a picture? Is it to, I don't know, make footsteps in your house? No. If you got a demonic problem, it's going to be up in here. He's
Oh, yeah.
inside of you. He's going to fuck your life up. That's what he
Yeah.
wants to do. He don't give a shit about your house.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, like you said, TV does portray it in a bad way.
I look at it too, like how, like, who are we? Like, why would a demon even mess with us? Were we that important enough to, like,
Exactly.
even
Right.
like everybody just thinks it's a demon just because something's mean or bad or negative, I guess.
Thank
You
you.
have to talk to the Warrens next door to you.
Oh,
That's our buddy Tony. He was on last week.
Hmm.
The Warrens, as in like the Warrens?
Yeah, I think so. I was actually just watching this YouTube channel called Overnight. It's these guys, and they went to go investigate the occult museum, and holy crap!
They actually let them investigate it,
Yeah, actually, it's a 4-part episode, like 4-part
like a docuseries.
sections. Yep, and they're going to be the first ever team that actually got permission to investigate the museum. It's going to be insane, and I mean they're Roman Catholics, so they told them like every time you go in here, say your blessings, envision like a white light around you, because everything in this museum has some form of demonic entity attached to it.
Yeah.
So
Karma, I'm not saying you're just crazy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend
Hey,
you.
I like to ruffle feathers. I do, and I'm sorry, but I wasn't calling anybody out on air. I'm just saying in general.
There are some people that say they're mediums and they're full of crap. So, not you. I don't know you. I'm sorry.
Well, time to go to the Yingling.
Carver's cool.
Yeah, she's awesome.
28 minutes in, I done ruffle feathers.
Oh man.
So Angie, do they believe in the paranormal now that they have a haunted property, or?
Dad, no. He's just a business guy. He sees numbers. That's it. I think he's starting to, maybe.
He's opening up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, my mom has always been more open-minded. She's always been into like getting readings. Like her mom used to read, like do readings
Like
to
tarot
her.
cards or something?
Not tarot cards.
Oracle?
She would use a deck of cards.
Oh, a deck of cards.
And I remember as a kid, she'd just like, "Hey, Mom, will you do my reading today?" So I think it kind of ran in the family, but no one ever really dove into it. Does that make sense? Because of the stigma of it all.
Makes sense.
But now, Mom is definitely more open to it.
Yeah.
Dad, not so much. I mean, it is what it is. That is one amazing thing at the Bell, and I think that's I know it's one of our mottos, is to create that safe place where people can be themselves and talk about, there's
anything,
no stigma. Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about what you're feeling. Talk about what you're seeing. No, you're not crazy. Like it's
exactly.
Well, I know that's one thing that you guys do. Phil probably doesn't know that you guys do kid paranormal days. I think that's really cool. You don't really see that at any other properties.
Well, that's really neat. Oh my, that's really cool. Is there like a certain age, range that you guys do, or just whoever decides?
All kids.
To go on?
All
Yeah.
kids. I mean,
cool.
We've had maybe 5 years old is the youngest so
Yes.
far. Yeah, 5.
He was
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you what, this 5-year-old, he acted more professional than some people I've seen him in the paranormal.
Oh yeah.
No joke.
It was so true.
He was all business. He was
wow.
I mean, there really isn't a story to tell, but it was
yeah.
tape
Me telling it's not gonna do any
I
justice.
know.
But
He was just cute.
no, I mean that's a passion of mine is to granted, the paranormal field is just huge right now, and that's amazing. It's got its pluses and minuses, but you know, I feel like I can do my little part, my little due diligence to help teach the next generation, you know, kind of the proper way and what they can do, and help protect themselves in that standpoint, you know, and not just learn it from TV,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Now, do you have any children? Either one of you?
I was just about to ask that question.
Yeah, I have a daughter. She's 20. She'll be 22.
Oh yeah. I met your daughter, Bel Air.
Yeah, 22 and a week, and then I have twin boys that'll be 17 in a month.
Wow, are they into this stuff?
They all partake.
Oh, they do. Very cool. That's awesome.
Gabby definitely has gifts.
My daughter, she's working on them, and she's going to be one powerful medium. So
that's
It
incredible.
runs in their family too.
Yeah.
Like your mom.
all the females on my mom's side, they were all gifted.
Mhm.
So
That's incredible.
me, I'm like, duh. Where's he go?
we're us men. We're just here. We're just here.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
Well, we're really passionate with the kids stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, we wouldn't open it up if there was a ton of negative stuff there. You know, we care about people. We want people to learn the proper ways, the proper techniques. Kids are gonna do it anyways. They might as well learn the right way. Yeah, we enjoy it. We welcome any age group, as long as a parent or a guardian can sign a waiver form.
Yeah,
Cool.
we've had a couple private bookings of teams where they wanted to go somewhere else with their teenage kids, and they turned them down because they can't allow anybody under the age of 18 or whatever. And they're like, "Well, go to the Bell Mansion. They're letting kids in. We'll gladly take you."
Yeah.
Now, was that something that you guys actually started doing right whenever you became a team, or was it something that you guys added on throughout the way? Like, you're like, wonder if we should start having kids kind of thing, or was it more of like, let's do this right in the beginning as we're starting out?
No, from the beginning, on the team, I wouldn't let anybody on the team under the age of 18.
Okay.
At first, you know, because I was new, I was trying to understand. I didn't feel confident enough to take somebody that young in and know that I could protect them at that point. So we didn't let anybody under the age of 18. It wasn't until we really got the Bell Mansion that I had said something to Angie, like, "Hey, I really want to do this. I haven't had the opportunity to do this before. Do you think we can do kids class?" And she was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
That's awesome.
Do it. And it's been awesome. He teaches them all the equipment, techniques, and we just let them go throughout the whole building. And just kind of, you know, either a team member will take them or be with them, or we'll just kind of wander around, make sure they're okay.
I mean, a lot of people, like my generation, I'm being 42 years old here in a couple months, you know, when we were little kids, you know, you go to your mom and dad, you're like, "Mom, Dad, you know, I don't want to sleep in my room. There's a monster in the closet," or "I saw a ghost," or something. And your parents are like, "Oh, it's just your imagination, honey. Go back to bed," you know. But then, you know, Christmas time, something happens. Like, "Well, that's just your grandma coming to visit because she loves you." So, okay, I'm supposed to believe that grandma can come visit me, but not a nasty looking spirit. You know, so come on now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have touched so many lives. Like, for instance, there's this girl, I don't even know how she found out about us. Do you? Kylie, yeah. I think she just found us on Facebook.
So we're just gonna there's this younger girl named Kylie.
She's amazing. She's watching.
I'm not gonna lie, she looks like she's 15, but she's 23 years old.
Oh wow.
And I mean, she's real short, and she came to our Bell Bazaar event in May, which was a big convention. We had the original Unmasked Michael Myers there and a bunch of other stuff. And she ends up coming with her mom and somebody, and Angie ran into her. And Angie, you know, she just instantly had a connection with this younger girl. So, but her parents are like, they don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want to talk about it and this or that. Well, Kylie can actually see them. So she's been dealing with this her whole life. Now she found a place here in Fort Wayne, Allen County area that actually embraces her. No, come here.
Mhm.
We'll help you with your gifts. We don't think you're crazy like your family. And we'll treat you like family, and you can grow in your process of wherever the hell you want to take it.
Yeah.
It's been so cool. She's so come out of her shell. She's a whole different person now, and it's amazing. Like that's why I do it. I can't. That's why we do it.
The first time she walked in, I mean, she was just hi.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And now she walks in, she's got a pep in her step. She's like, "Hey guys," So that we're just I don't know. I mean, it sounds silly, but kind of help change her life a little bit.
We're changing lives, plain and simple.
Hey.
Yeah.
I say so. Absolutely.
And that's
It brings like a sense of peace to some people too.
Mhm.
Because they know, like, well, I'm not going crazy. There's actually people out there who I can relate to, and they are just like I am.
Could
Yeah,
you
they fit in,
seriously
for sure.
imagine? Like, I don't know if you guys can see spirits or not. I can't. I mean, I can
I
pick up
can't.
on energy, but
Right.
could you imagine if you could
Mhm.
see them your whole entire life, and then your family just continued to just say, nope, 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 shut it down, shut it down, shut it down, and
Right.
that
See, I
does
can't
a
really
lot.
I can't really see anything, but there is times where like I could feel like if a room's off or something. Like
Right.
I always tell the same stories over and over again. But one of the things I remember is we were at the Jello Museum in Leroy, New York, and one room I walked into just felt off, and I said something to the tour guide. I was like, "Is this place haunted?" And she just like laughed at me and wouldn't answer me. But there's been other times like when something bad's about to happen. Like actually, when I was a kid, my dad came down over top of me. I was on a water slide and like almost drowned me. And like before it happened, like I could tell something bad was going to happen. Like I don't know if it's just intuition or what it is. But
Right.
Mhm.
and even like I know Trans Allegheny, like we were in the bedpost murder room, and I was snapping like 100 pictures in that room because it didn't feel right. Like I knew the history of it, but it's still you could tell when something isn't right.
Yes.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's so, and like I can feel that too, Sean. I really can. I can walk in like, at least definitely with like living people.
Right.
I'm working on that. But like the living people, I can feel that. I can
Yeah.
feel if you're, stressed out, or if and I take that on, and I think I'm such a people person. I love it. And it's like I related with that like instantly. I'm like, it's okay. You know what I mean? I got her out of her shell, and it's the awesome part of it.
Yeah.
Do parents ever push back? Are they pretty upset?
I was gonna put that on there right now.
Yeah.
No, we have not. So
The dog's going crazy. Hold on.
go check out.
Troy's our new member, actually. The one
Yeah,
that just asked
yeah.
you that question.
Yeah, Troy's awesome. He's the man.
We have not had any pushback. So what we do is we offer for them to buy a ticket for their kids, and the parents can partake for free. So they're there as well.
Mhm.
So they get to see the whole process. They get to ask as many questions as the kids do, as far as what's going on, what's in the room, what's the equipment, this, that, or anything. So no, we haven't had any pushback. So
Now, what about from like any of the neighborhood or religious groups or anything like that? Because I know that can be common sometimes too.
Yeah.
no, not yet. I mean, actually, we've been really shocked how welcoming the city has been to
That's
what
awesome.
we're doing.
Well, there was some though. The art show.
Yeah.
And I'm an open book. There's been some, and we expected that.
Okay,
We
so
did.
we did an art show with the Fort Wayne Art Guild, and some of the artists did not want to come to the building because it's been labeled haunted and what we're doing.
Right.
That is the first thing that I've heard negative.
Because they were scared, or what do you think the reasoning was?
We didn't get to talk to them, unfortunately.
I don't know.
They just told us and we were like, I understand. That's okay. That's your decision. We got a little bit too at the beginning, which I kind of anticipated too. It being a funeral home for 93 years, and people's loved ones had their services there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once I think people like understood, we respected their family members, their loved ones. I felt like a few people were like, oh, you're communicating with my mom, or
Yeah.
or you're making money off my mom, or
Yeah.
like there was some resistance there.
It's the stigma of the people that don't understand the paranormal that automatically
Right.
think
Yeah.
we're devil worshippers.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's
Yes.
kind of what it was, you know. But being from the news stations coming out, doing
Yes.
live to
Mhm.
interviewing us, to the newspaper here, to the radio stations, they've all been so
They
welcoming.
have.
Oh, sure.
And they're not like twisting the story, they're telling it about the
Mhm.
paranormal. I mean, it's pretty
Mhm.
shocking because this is a very old conservative area,
Yes.
Okay.
you know.
Yes.
As Angie said at the beginning, you must fit in this box
Yes.
Right.
type of thing. But overall, yeah, I mean, it's been pretty.
Overall, it's been amazing. There's been a little bit, but nothing we didn't handle. Yeah.
And those
And-
people who don't like it, I know some
Right.
people who know some people. No,
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
He's kidding.
Nick's gonna keep drinking, and more secrets are gonna come
I know where Jimmy Hoffa's buried.
Oh man.
What is this
Okay.
person had a story? I would love to hear their story. That's what we always say. We want to hear your story. Everyone
Mhm.
has a story.
Which one
and
is that,
it's
Tony?
deserved to be
Yeah.
heard. It's I could only
Bella?
imagine. I'm a huge advocate for mental health. I have battled and battled with anxiety and depression my whole life, but I didn't realize it until I was 16. So, and being told from my parents that, why are you sad? You have everything you need and want in
Right.
life. They never understood it. They just kept saying, toughen up, toughen up, toughen up.
Right.
And I knew how much mentally I still deal with that. And I'm 35.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I couldn't imagine, you know what I mean, on that level as well, being able to see spirits or the whole paranormal aspect, and your parents being told, I can kind of relate with that. It's tough. It really can screw your mental health up, that's for sure. But yeah, everyone has a story. I'd love to hear it. And what?
Here goes Mikey.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm like,
You might get a bird's eye view of a cat butthole here in a second. He likes to play on live
It really
TV.
does. I
we got 3 cats and 2 dogs at home. So
Yeah,
I understand.
I get
Oh,
it.
man.
I totally get it.
It's
Yeah.
crazy because like how you mentioned that some people get accused of like being like devil worshippers and stuff when it comes to being like in the paranormal. Yet I always want to tell them, yeah, well, if you think that's the case, check out Ed and Lorraine Warren. They are actually Roman Catholics, and Ed was actually a non-ordained minister, and so there you go. They were very big into God and all that. That was one of their main things. They didn't strictly do the whole paranormal stuff for entertainment. They did it to help people. And it was like the sign of the cross. So, and they were about as normal as it came. So
Exactly. And oh my gosh, religion could be a whole other
yeah.
topic.
Oh
But
yeah.
All right, I gotta say something.
Do it.
yeah, plenty of time. Might as well- Go ahead.
I love Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah.
I saddened that I will never get the opportunity to meet them.
Right.
I look up to them hero wise,
Mhm.
but I also think that they push the D word too much.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I had an interview with Chris McKinnell. Have you ever heard of Chris McKinnell?
Mm-mm.
That is Ed and Lorraine's grandson.
Oh, okay.
I'm good friends with them, and I asked them to be on the podcast, and we talked about it. And Chris even said, he's like, these are my grandparents, and I love them, and I miss them, but he's like, some of the things they ran into was their own damn fault.
Oh, really?
Sure.
They not everything is demonic,
Right. Exactly.
and that's what.
Do you think? Okay, just plain devil's advocate here. Kind of
Right.
funny.
What'd you say about the devil?
Shut up. Do you think though there was not a broader range in knowledge out there? Like, look how much is known about the paranormal right now. Like, how many people have in the technology and things we've delved into? Do you think had they known then what we know now that they would be using the D word as often?
We don't know any more now than they did then. The only thing's
Yeah, that's
different. Only thing's different is we have different technology, but we still don't know nothing.
Right.
I don't know about
Again,
that. I mean, maybe not with them because it's kind of recent. But if you go back to say witchcraft times when they were
Yeah.
burning people at the stake, like we've definitely evolved from something like that.
Mhm. That's true.
Have we really?
And,
I mean,
you know, it's really
No,
kind of
we're not-
funny too, because like, to add on to that, like I came from I grew up in the church. You know, I was born and raised as a Lutheran, and I still am, although I'm not as active. And even my grandparents and my aunts and uncles, they're all, you know, we're all believers, but they don't give me any flack for doing this stuff at all. They think it's kind of cool. They're like, yeah, have fun. You know, we'll see you later.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this stuff. You're gonna bring up something evil. I'm like, never got any of that. I don't know.
Mhm.
Knock on wood. I still do it anyway, but you know, I was like, sorry guys.
Um,
Yeah. Oh wait, you have to go.
oh yeah,
Yeah, karma's a witch.
completely agree.
We're talking karma. We
Love
can
you,
burn you at
Karma.
the stake for sure.
You know, guys, I spent a couple years where my thought process is, you know, you go back to the residential days and going into different homes and everybody having different beliefs and this or that, you know.
Mhm.
And we spent a couple years diving into different religions, you know, to, you know, the occult, which is pretty much everything not Christian, Jewish,
Right.
Muslim
Mhm.
type of thing, you know.
Exactly.
Just learning as much as I could about it, because I thought my thought process was, if I go into their house and they're into this religion and I have no knowledge of it, like, how am I going to help them?
Right.
You know, because it's not like me going in and forcing these spirits out. It's me going in, helping them gain the power to do so. Like, I'm going to help you do it, because I can't, you know, it's your house, it's your stuff, it's your family, your power is more than my power, but I'm just here to help you along the way. So I felt like I had to learn and understand all these different religions, and even, you know, Wiccan to witchcraft. I mean, to me, it's pretty much the same, but I probably
Yeah.
So, what are your guys' religious beliefs?
You know, again, we were both raised Catholic.
Mhm.
Okay, I was raised
You
Catholic too.
There's a reason I left.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
But you both still believe in God, right?
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
yes.
Yes.
I just have gotten more spiritual this
Mhm.
last year or so. More into like energies and stuff like that. I was, raised Catholic. Personally, my parents don't go to church. My dad's family does.
Mhm.
It was more of, hey, a quote unquote better education,
Right.
which in itself, I'm kind of glad I went through it, because it kind of showed me that way. And I'm like, okay, well, there's other ways. There's other ways to do things. But I almost felt like brainwashed,
Right.
to be honest with you.
I agree.
Like, I was talking to my cousin, it's like you felt not cool if you didn't get first communion. Like, ooh, everyone
Right.
else is doing it, so I have to do it. Or like, what's the other one in like 8th grade? Confirmation, to get
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yes. Yes.
I really, to be honest, didn't want to. But I was at
Well-
that age, I was 14. I gotta be cool, kind of thing.
But it's funny because like when I'm confirmed and everything too.
Mhm.
But the funny thing is, like, a priest actually asked me. He was like, have you been going to church? And I'm not gonna lie to a priest. I was like, no.
Hell no.
So he started making me go to church every week to make my confirmation. But my
Wow.
one friend, who I'm still really good friends with this day, he straight up lied to the priest. Was like, yeah, I go all the time. He never go.
Oh, shit.
How would they know? That's the thing. How would they know?
That's true. And that's true. Like,
Hey.
I'm grateful for how I was raised. I wouldn't
Right.
change anything, but
I think I can appreciate it more now than I did as a kid, because I was forced to get up, get dressed, and now like I like going. It sounds strange. I like the peace,
Yeah.
the peacefulness of it, and I still do believe in God. I I don't like how it's forced on people. Nobody likes that, Like, I have my beliefs, and don't say I'm going to go to hell. Well, I have the shit I've done in my life. I'm surprised I'm not there already. But yeah, it's just like, it's just all about freedom of choice, and you get to that certain age where You know, once they kick, you know, once you become a free bird, you can decide what you want. You know,
Mhm.
I don't believe there is a hell.
right?
I really don't. I think that's a fear mongering thing that was started by churches to help control people. To be honest
I
with
can
you.
see that for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, that's like, I think me and Tony were talking about it last week is, you know, being Catholic. Like, I'm not a practicing Catholic or anything, but, you know, like about purgatory and everything. And I kind of feel like that's where we are right now is in purgatory.
right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And kudos to you, Phil. You know, if you enjoy it, that's awesome. Like if
Yeah.
it gives you that peace,
Absolutely.
that like,
Yeah.
If it helps you here,
yes.
that's
Oh,
all
yeah.
that matters, brother.
Yeah.
You know what? It has too. You know, I that's why I always try to have a very like positive outlook on life. You know,
Mhm.
it's just like no matter how much shit's going on in this world, okay, I'm still able to wake up every morning and do what I got to do, and I
Mhm.
still have air in my lungs, a beating heart.
Mhm.
You know, life's
Mhm.
good. So but could life be better? Oh, sure, but it just all depends on how you want it to make it. You know,
Yeah.
you can literally have like a shit day, but you can make it better because because today could be bad, but you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It could be the greatest day of your life. You know,
Mhm.
You
So-
count your blessings, man. There's a lot of people worse off.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
You know?
You
Your
know,
Seriously.
your mindset is everything. You can wake up and, you know, look at all the negative bullshit, or you can
Dang.
get up, like you said, I'm still above ground, I'm still breathing.
Yep.
Like, okay, sometimes you might have to search a little harder for the positives, but
Mhm.
I promise you, coming from someone that's struggled with mental health my whole life, it
Right.
helps. It
Oh,
truly
sure.
helps.
Exactly. And you
Before
have to
you
look
know
at it
it.
this day. Like life's all about struggles. We're gonna have struggles. You know, we're gonna have obstacles. What matters is how you get through them. Because you're gonna be
Yeah.
better in the end. Because I kind of like, I know people who like have never gone through hell. It's like, well, wait till it happens. What are you gonna do then? You know,
Mhm.
that's how you build character. You know.
I've hit that thing called rock bottom a couple times.
Oh yeah, no, I know how that feels, man.
Mhm.
It sucks. It really sucks.
You know, people always ask about the whole religion aspect and you know Christianity and this or that, and I always reference the fact that you know it's like you go to church and they hand around the offering plate,
Yeah.
you know, offer to help God, help the church and this
Mhm.
or that. And I'm like, okay, well, I know when I hit rock bottom, when I went to the church and was like, can I get $20? And they're like, no, you better pray to God for $20. I'm like, man, I just loaned you $20 a couple weeks ago. Damn offering plate. I can't get it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
Yeah, that's what I don't like
Yeah.
about religions either is they're building these $10 million churches that you have to go
Mhm.
to every week or you're going to hell. Like everybody is so scared to die, you know?
Right.
So it's the unknown. It's the fear of the
Exactly.
unknown. So they're going to grab anything and everything like, "Oh my gosh, if I go to church every week, I'm going to be good." You know, like, you know what I mean?
I always laugh at that notion too, because I like one of my favorite quotes I read is like, we're nothing but tourists passing through for a certain period of time, until our time's up. You never know what's going to happen,
Mhm.
and
see, Tony mentioned he was a Catholic, then he became Buddhist.
Mhm.
Somewhere in here in the comments.
I want to learn more about that.
So a bunch of my cousins that I grew up with, they did the same thing. So I started studying into Buddhism, and Buddhism is obviously one of the oldest religions on the planet, known to man, you know. And I kind of side with it a little bit. I don't believe in all of it, but like the whole energy reincarnation coming back as certain things, I kind of tend to it, but I still believe in a God, the source, like creator of all, like, excuse me, not just us, but everything, even the little gray guys that come and visit us every once in a while.
You got to go back and listen to Tony's episode because he was on last week and we talked a lot about a lot
it
of
was
this
really
stuff.
good. It was awesome.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. I'm again open-minded with so much more now that I wasn't before.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I feel like it's how you treat people, man. It doesn't matter
I've
if you
met
go to church every week.
I've met people who are hardcore atheists, and Satanists, this and that, and they're some of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. And I met Christians who are the biggest pieces of garbage in the entire world.
Yes.
There's extremes on both. Yep.
It's weird because like my dad was my grandfather was a priest, Episcopalian priest,
Mhm.
and he actually ended up getting divorced. He died in his 40s. Like I never even got to know him. But my dad, you know, he went to like choir school and all that stuff growing up, and he actually was an atheist for a long period of time, up until like he was a little bit older, and he started going back to church and everything. But it's weird because, like, you know, like that part of my mom getting married to him was that, you know, the kids had to be raised Catholic. Me and my brother had to be raised Catholic.
Well, see you guys.
Sorry, the boys are leaving.
That's okay. And so we were like kind of forced into that, you know. But like I have 2 kids, and neither one of my kids, I never forced them into religion, you know, like I pretty much let them do whatever they want.
Yeah, that was when my ex-wife, when we had our kids, that was one thing that we discussed was, do we get the kids baptized? Do we do this? Do we force it on them? And we both decided that we'll just let them decide what they want to do when they get older. So we didn't. We did not baptize. No, we did not baptize. I had to make sure. Man, they old, man. I'm old. I forget shit.
Preaching to the choir, man. I think all of us are getting old. Shit.
Yeah. So
yeah, I agree. Like I don't have any kids of my own, and it wasn't in my cards, and that's okay. But had I guess based on my position, I wouldn't. I'd let the kids choose. I'd let the kids choose because, you know, when they're a baby, they don't know what's going on. So you're telling me the parent can, I don't know. But
yeah, I think the whole mindset's kind of old fashioned.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Well, what I was going to say earlier is the whole premise of Christianity is to walk and be like Jesus.
Yes.
And, you know, Jesus would have been the first one to run to the leopard or to the thief or, you know, somebody in need. I mean, Jesus would not have built $100 million temple.
Exactly.
You know, he went to the temple to discredit the Jewish priest because of what they were doing.
Right.
You know, it's all about money. So you can walk, you can literally walk in the shoes of Jesus, be, you know, the biggest believer in the world and have never stepped in a church. Are you trying to tell me that person's not as good as the person that went to church every single day, but when they leave and go to Bob Evans, they're an asshole to the server?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
I get it.
They always say, you know, a church isn't a country club; it's a freaking hospital for the wounded. You know, or
that's true.
Hey.
Go eat dinner, Tony.
It's like, oh man,
yeah, he did. I wholeheartedly believe he did. Because Jesus was believed to study Buddhism.
Tony, you can type and cook at the same time.
It's not hard to serve. It's not hard to serve the mac and cheese and text.
Exactly. I'm trying to multitask right now because I got people over here messaging me.
Oh man.
I'll have to look into that. I don't know much about Buddhist at all.
No, I mean, I believe Jesus talk, act like a man, but he was, you know, something a little different, you know, and I don't know. I might go on the crazy deep end.
No.
You're good, man. Hey.
One thing I wanted to ask you was about Ouija boards, because I know we talked about that when we were there, and we went to Monroe that night and we tried using them, and I have no experience with the Ouija boards whatsoever, so we didn't know what the hell we were doing. But I don't know. It's a little, I guess, what you think about them, how you use them, shit like that.
Well,
you got to tell the whole story.
No. The Ouija board is devil work, bro. Conjuring up the devil.
You got to start from the beginning.
All right. So I was like you. Like, I honestly thought the Ouija boards were hogwash. I didn't believe in them. And we were talking one weekend. She's like, would you ever done a Ouija board? I said, I did when I was like 12 or 13 or something.
I never did.
She's never. So she's like, we should go get one. And I'm like, are you for real? She's like, yeah. Guys, it was the funniest shit ever. We're walking around Target and asking people, y'all got Ouija boards?
Oh, no.
Looking on their faces, man. They're
We
like,
thought, yeah.
go to Walmart. We still didn't find one. I think I went to Myers.
They
Anyway,
were all looking at us like we
That's
Ouija
amazing.
board.
so
Bro.
we eventually found one at Barnes and Noble.
Yes.
Of all places.
Wow.
Okay.
Thanks, love.
See you, bub.
Is that a ghost?
Yeah. it was
No,
really
they
good. So yeah, we found one at Barnes and Noble. We bought it. We brought it home. So we get it out of the box, and we tried it. And at first, nothing happened. I'm like,
Yep.
told you. I told you.
Mhm.
But then that damn planchette started moving, bro. I mean, it started moving. And then we start asking questions and we get answers and more answers. And we end up having like a 2-hour conversation with a guy named Nick.
Oh my god.
And long story short, I ended up crossing him over.
Okay.
And
Because it said he was stuck by a demon. We
Yeah.
asked
Was that at
him-
the Bell or was that somewhere else?
oh, it's here in this house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
We had asked him how
Yeah.
we could help him.
Yeah.
He said he felt stuck. He spelled out
Oh.
stuck. He spelled out help. He spelled out did we ask him like why he was stuck or what was I forget, but he ended up spelling out demon. He ended up spelling out demon. And we're like,
Oh, really?
okay. And he's like, do you want help crossing over? And he said, yes. So Nick literally crossed him over. And then we didn't get anything. We're like, oh, we felt good. Yeah. helped
Yeah, we
somebody.
did good work.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then, after that,
After that, guys, you can put 50 Ouija boards in front of us, all different, every fucking time me and her we get Zozo.
Yeah,
Every
you
time.
were telling me and Jen that last time. Yeah.
And guy, I'm gonna film it next time we do it. I'm gonna film
Do
it so
it.
people believe it.
Yes.
or
Because
Mama, which is Zozo.
Yeah,
Do you guys know Zozo? Do you guys know the Ouija
I
board?
know it's some type of demon or
Ouija
demon or
board
something,
demon.
right?
Right.
They're cutting out. That might be our internet. That's our internet.
is it ours?
Oh,
I hear you still.
hold on, guys. That might be our internet.
Uh-oh.
I've seen you freezing up a
Stormy.
little bit, but I can still hear you guys.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Maybe if we X out.
Mm.
Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can
yeah.
hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Yep.
There we
I
go.
don't
Oh my
know what
God.
happened. We all froze up.
The
You're
internet
talking about
is
Zozo.
stormy in here.
Yeah, there you go.
Holy shit, it probably is.
Anyways, I just need to film it one of these times because I thought so much trash to this thing. I'm like, dude, you are literally the dumbest fucking demon ever known to man. You were stuck in a Ouija board. You are a retard. Kid, we do not want to talk to you. Like, leave us alone. And like, can you say anything else? And he goes, Zozo. I'm like, God, you're fucking stupid.
Mhm. You guys cut out. Sorry. Do you know who Zozo is?
Mm-mm. I
Okay.
He is the Ouija board demon or something.
Yeah.
Google him.
Oh,
We didn't know
oh, wow.
either. We're like, Zozo. Okay. He's been around since what, the 16th or 17th century? Like, it's supposedly this demon. I don't know, that somehow got attached to Ouija boards and comes
Yep.
Yeah, I
Right
think
now.
Ouija Origin of Evil or one of those horror movies mentions that because I know I've heard something about that before.
Yeah. And we wholeheartedly, of course, it's what you believe and your intent. And we know he is just bound to that board. He's not going to come out of the board.
But you guys didn't know that before that?
Do what?
You didn't know
What,
that
Zozo?
before that? Like before you got Zozo the first time?
No.
No. Because
We were like-
that makes it even more convincing. Yeah.
We're like, okay. We didn't know who the hell Zozo was. Did you before then?
I remember an episode on Ghost Adventures, them talking
Yes.
about it,
Yeah.
but
Something. Yeah. That's.
We were like,
But I-
okay.
I didn't put two to two together. I'm like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but now it's like we get on there. If we do it, it's like I just talk trash to them because that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we either get, and of course, all the kids and everybody are freaking out, like, "Oh my God, Zozo!" Like, he's too aboard. Like, we just, I don't know. Some people are, scared
But-
of it, and to each
but
their own.
that does not sway us from talking about the good and what could be used in the Ouija board.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even though our situation, it's kind of effed up on it.
Mhm.
The kids on our team, which they're not kids, they're like 22, 25.
Right.
Plastic.
they are amazing on those things, guys. They are truly amazing. You know, the interaction they do just in our building with Clara and Scott, the two of the spirits, to watching them legit talk to their grandpa one night and asking his grandpa specific questions, like legit he would only know, you know. And it's just mind blowing. It's cool. It's a really good piece of tool to use if you know what you're doing, how to use it correctly. Because is it a divination tool? It absolutely is. But it ain't no different than opening up a portal box or a spirit box or something. It's really no different.
Just got to use it right. And again, we teach everybody how to use it correctly. Well, the kids do. We don't. But yeah, it's no different. And again, I feel like it's such a negative stigma on those just growing up. You know, you ask people, you want to use a Ouija board? Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no.
Right.
You know? But when Nick explains that, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Like that makes sense. But to each their own. Like the kids, they get so much good. Like we just went to the Davies house, which was awesome, by the way. You guys ever are looking for another location? It's in Kokomo, about an hour from here. Anyways, but they were communicating with. You gotta tell them the story. It's kind of funny. I guess you don't really have to, but anyways, there was this guy who just liked his women and his drugs, and the kids were communicating with him on the Ouija board, and we were getting answers that we had validated previously. Sorry, now we're reading and we can't read.
So we were at the Davies house and they have this room on the second floor called the Boom Boom Room. And it's a really odd room and it has a hot tub in it. And I guess one of the dudes that lived there for a long time, like they partied in this room, like partied. Like I'll get to that in a second. But anyways, so we go upstairs. One of our first sessions, we got REM pods all over the place, and we're all laying on the carpet, and I don't even know what we were doing, spirit box or Estes methods. I don't know. But anyways, one of them starts going off like crazy in that room. It's sitting on the tub. So, my poo-poo moment.
You're still cool.
So we decided to go in this room. So we turned off all the equipment we had. We walked in there, and Angie's sitting on one side, I'm sitting on the other, and I turned on the Ovilus 5 and I sat it down, and a word spit out of it, and it said milk. And I'm like, milk? What the fuck is milk? Like I've had it for like 5 years. It's never said milk.
That's so funny.
And that's the only word it said. And we're like looking at each other. I'm like, and I finally spit it out. I'm like, you like to pour milk on them titties, don't you? Guys, the red spots everywhere just lit up, dude. Lit up in the room.
So funny. Yeah.
So we start calling him Milkman all night. And during that session the kids had with him, he talked about how he had 4 strippers upstairs, and his favorite drug was heroin. And it was we just had a lot of fun with that spirit, because
that kind of reminds me of, I know there's this spirit at Hillview that they said that used to masturbate all the time.
There you go.
So there was a team that actually brought a hustler in for him to see if they could get a reaction.
That's awesome.
That's a good trigger object.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they got a lot.
I'm not sure. I just heard the story, but
the living or the dead?
Oh,
Some reason Sean has disappeared with the Hustler magazine.
You too.
You too.
But yeah, like I was saying about the Ouija board and that, like we tried it in Monroe. We didn't really get much out of it. But one thing that we did do when we were at Pickle Jar, we did table tipping. You guys ever did table tipping?
That was cool. That was fun.
What's that?
Table tipping. It's like an old practice too.
No, let's hear it.
It was amazing.
It's kind of like you balance, like there was 4 of us, and the light as a feather, stiff as a board. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Like kind of how you balance the person with your fingers, and like you're supposed to lift them up. It's kind of like the same type of thing with a table though. But like you're like, since there was 4 of us at the table, us four tried not to speak. We had a fifth person that was speaking, asking the questions.
Okay.
And, can you move the table left, right? We have it on video. I don't know if it translates that well, but like you could tell, it felt like something was pushing down, something was lifting up. Could just be like a muscle reaction thing, but it was kind of cool. I'll have to show you guys that sometime.
Yes.
Maybe. Like I want you guys to show me how to use a Ouija board. So
A human pendulum.
There's a friend of ours, Daniel James. Him and his I don't remember her name. His girlfriend or wife came into town, and we let him investigate. And they was like, "Have you ever heard of a human pendulum?" We're like,
Okay.
"No." So it's kind of the same thing. You put one person in the middle, and then 4 people around them. And they kind of put their hands up, and then there's one person outside the circle that's conducting the session, asking the questions.
Yeah.
And the person in the middle, the spirit is actually using them as a pendulum.
Okay.
So the person in the middle will focus on something on the wall and just focus on that, relax their body, kind of like zone everybody out, and then let the spirit push them back or whatever yes is or whatever no is. And we did that for a couple hours one night, and
It was awesome.
it was a cool experiment because not only were we getting awesome results with it, but they had like this portal box behind us.
Right.
And the spirit was also talking to us through the portal box, answering the questions as
The humans moving.
it was weird, you
It was
know.
cool.
You know what I'm saying? It was a cool thing. I think it's kind of what you guys were doing with the table.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
Yeah, we actually, before we even did the table tipping, because one of the rumors in that building was that somebody was shot while they were playing cards. So they were caught cheating or whatever. And so me and Mikey set it up. So he had like 4 aces and he was, trying to trigger something, which nothing really happened at that point. But after that, we had 2 EMF pumps, put them under the table. And that's when we did the table tipping, was after, he cheated in the card game. And it seemed like we got a reaction. We got a lot of stuff. We did the Estes and me and Mikey both. And one of the common things we kept getting, which I thought for sure somebody was walking by me, because we were there with the people that were running the building, and there was, I don't know, 4 or 5 different people in the building, but they were all like, Phil was with them. They were on the roof.
Yeah.
And nobody was down there with me. And I swear, I was getting mad actually, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are people keep walking around in here? And I had a blindfold on, so I couldn't see anything. But I kept hearing, it felt like the room was bouncing and like somebody was walking around me. And I didn't even say anything to anybody about it. But later on, when Mikey did it, Mikey was like, someone's walking around up here. And I was with everybody on the floor below. I know no one was walking up there with him. And I was like, the same shit kept happening to me, but I thought it was one of the workers doing it, So that was kind of crazy.
Huh.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That place was intense.
Where's that at again?
Pickle Jar Antiques. It's in Rochester, PA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I was actually, they filmed a movie called The Carver House there, and I was actually the paranormal consultant for it because it was based on paranormal stuff. So I actually got to have a little small part in it, I got to kill one guy and everything like that. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Lucky duck. Damn.
That's awesome.
We gotta go there. How far is that away from you?
From us, yeah, it's not even, from my camp, I think it was about 40 minutes. From my house, it's probably like a half hour. It's not too far from us.
And it's open to the public?
I know the lady, so I could get us in there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the place is beautiful. I think it's like 3 stories, and the lady who actually owns it just keeps buying stuff and just throws it in there. She's loaded apparently, and there is stuff everywhere, but there's paths to walk. So
the funny thing is too, I used to rap or whatever back in the 20s and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I used to rap. But I've actually performed, because part of it used to be the Blue Violet Cafe, and I actually rapped there before. And another funny thing is our new guy Troy. He does a lot of stuff like theater and stuff, and he's actually performed there too. And I didn't know that, but it's weird that we both had a connection to this place before going there.
Well, we have 45 minutes, buddy.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
Here.
For real?
Everybody always tries to put me on the spot. I'm retired.
He is pretty good though. I've heard him on
What
TV.
is it?
He's awesome.
Knees
It's
weak.
funny because
arms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. Something like that.
Well, like I mean, back like when I used to rap, like that's like when Wiz Khalifa, because I'm from Pittsburgh, obviously. Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, like I used to do Shadow Buffet shows at East Liberty with Mac Miller, like back when he was in a group before he was known and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was kind of cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Why'd you get out of it? Just family?
Well, I mean, I'm 41 now, so I'm a little bit past my prime.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. My one buddy always tells me, he's like, "Oh, you should go into country or whatever," because they have country rap, and you can be older and do that type of shit. You know?
Yeah, country is not country anymore.
Oh no, it's terrible now.
That's what we're just talking about. I grew up
So
with
bad.
country. Okay, I already know what he's thinking. The bell. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Some new country song came on, and I'm like, this is not country. It sounded like rap. I'm like,
It was like some Kane Brown song.
I'm sorry.
She's like, I'm changing this, and she changed it. Then it was Black Eyed Peas, My Humps.
I started jamming because I'm like, well, that's what you expect. I think I was on like Pop 2K or something like that.
Like, that's like, do you know who Jelly Roll is?
Yeah.
Because he came up like rapping pretty much, and now he has like a #1 song in country and in rock right now.
Yeah, he's got a song in country and in rock and roll.
Yeah.
I'd probably change it because I'm like,
actually, Sean and I saw Tech Nine. I think it was late last year. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, was that good? Oh, he was good. First rap show I've ever been to, and it was one of the best shows.
Bill's more into like metal and stuff, but I mean, I've grown up on rap.
You should. I mean, literally, if that's a passion of yours, do it. Why not?
I miss performing for sure. Like I've told Jen before, like I want to do one more show just because like I never really like officially retired. You know, we were actually called Poetically Gifted Honkies, PGH. I mean, there's stuff out there if you want to check it out. I mean, if you Google it or we're on YouTube, actually.
Right now.
If you do a show, bro, we are heading that way. I promise you.
Oh, that's so funny.
But that's like my daughter's actually in one of my music videos. When I wrote her rap, she was 6 years old, and when she performed it, she was 7 or whatever, like in the video. But yeah, and actually the podcast, I'm on a podcast tomorrow. I get off at 2:30. I got to be done in the north side at 3. But the buddy that I'm on the podcast with, I used to rap with him. He's in all these different bands. He's done all sorts of stuff for me. Like I used to have a studio in my house, and he did all the airbrush work and that. And he actually designed, I don't know if you could see, let's see the camera here. Like this one tattoo of Jen. He actually designed that because he does all sorts of artwork.
That's awesome.
And so like she's like a fortune teller, and then I'm a strong man on her leg. He did all our tattoo work too, like our drawings for all that shit. He's a very talented dude.
That's awesome.
That is so
cool. Love it.
You should do it. Get back into it. I'm serious.
Shit. He's really good. He is really good. I've heard him. He's awesome.
What's holding you back?
I don't know. Just like I said, age.
Age.
Are you kidding me? I'm serious. Do it.
Hey.
You be there.
Oh, I'm constantly taking songs and like rewriting them to like metal shit.
It's so fun.
I just don't know if I have like the passion really to write anymore either. That's like I want to do this character actually because we do characters with our ghost shit. Like Jen does weird shit and I do weird shit. And actually, I bought the ski mask. I have a ski mask. It has the bump logo on the forehead. It says G Willikers. My daughter actually came up with the name because like G Willikers, like Scooby Doo. But I wanted to do like a rap gimmick with that and start putting stuff out. I haven't had the motivation to write anything,
Yeah,
that's awesome. I love you guys' TikToks Jen makes.
Yeah.
The one you guys did in the whole pool, man, I was laughing my ass off.
Wasn't that good? Oh, that was great. There was a part where like you could see me grinning because I was trying so hard not to laugh. That was one of the greatest things I think we've ever done, ever. Like everybody who's watched it, I'm like, if my family sees this, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck's the matter with you?" I'm like, "Hey."
You know what's so good about what you guys do? Not only you guys are serious about the paranormal, but you like to have fun with it.
We do.
In light of all the BS that the paranormal is dealing with on a daily basis of this person arguing with that person and trashing this person and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't got time for that.
It's refreshing to see a group do what you guys do. You bring in positivity and laughter to it. It's awesome, bro. Awesome.
Well, I know Jen definitely wants to film some TikToks with you guys. So
Yes.
you know.
When we were at the Bel Air house, when we took the picture, she's like, "All right, now prom pose." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I put that picture in the little intro video.
I felt terrible. I was literally a zombie. Like we were just so tired. But no,
You guys
Sean,
came
do
straight.
it. I'm serious. Do it. I'm on this mission now. I'm gonna like.
She's gonna blow your phone up for a year till you do it.
Well, you have to be motivated though. If you're not motivated, that's fine. But I mean, if something's inside telling you I still want to, then do it.
Like I said, I definitely want to do a retirement show. One of the things I always wanted to do, because you know I'm into the horror stuff, I'm into Halloween stuff like that. I always wanted to do a Halloween show. I never really got to do one.
There you go. You got 3.5 months. Do it. Why not?
Hey.
That's just me.
Tony.
I like to. I'm the kind of person where you never know what tomorrow's going to hold. So I'm always like pushing him I'm like, well, what's holding you back? What are you doing? Let's do it.
Exactly.
Obviously there are times you just gotta be like, shut up, and it's not possible. But, I'm just always that person. You never know. You could die tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
do
true.
it.
I might not want to die tomorrow. No.
Well,
Yeah.
Plan it. Make it happen.
I know, right?
Talking about dying tomorrow, I don't know if you guys believe any of this or if you heard anything about this, that CERN thing today. Did you hear about that? CERN?
Oh, did they
What?
fire
Like the
it up?
collider. Yeah, they fired it up.
Whoa, back up the bus. Haven't heard
Wait,
shit.
what is this? What is this?
It's like a proton collider. I'm not sure if I'm 100% right about that,
The CERN,
but it was
CERN
something
super
collider or some shit like that.
Whoa. What is it?
It looked like something from Stranger Things. It was like this big portal thing.
Oh,
And I think it was in Switzerland.
Yeah, it's in Switzerland.
It was like 11 a.m. is when they turned it on, but puts out like 13 trillion volts and all sorts of crazy shit. And like, I guess according to some of the scientists, are like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen.
Crazy.
Yeah, because last time didn't they say they opened up some like black holes and shit or something?
Something like that. Yeah, some crazy shit.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And it's like a nuclear thing too. Like CERN stands for something research nuclear. So I don't remember exactly. Like I don't know a whole lot about it. I know like a lot of the paranormal people and conspiracy people have been talking about it.
Holy shit.
What's the point of it? Like, what are they trying to do? They just have time in their hands, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna."
They take atoms and electrons and they split them, and then they do a bunch of other scientific people stuff to them, and
way above my head.
Yeah.
Well, we're still alive, so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're still alive. We made it.
Yeah, I was we're so busy, and people are like, well, I'll rest when I'm dead. But then I think about it, I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna be busy haunting people.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because, like, I mean, that's like I was talking to Jen about the CERN thing, and I was like, 99.99% chance nothing's gonna fucking happen.
Right.
But look at COVID. Like, I didn't think shit like that would have happened, and like, you just don't know anymore. Like, shit's crazy, and everybody's paranoid,
And the scare factor brings out some crazy stuff.
So we should go get toilet paper.
Oh my God, the toilet paper thing was so and I live on my own, so the only ass on my is myself,
Of all things.
Yeah. No, one of the funniest.
See, I'm a custodian now, so I could get toilet paper from the school all the time. So you have a toilet paper connection if you need one.
Yes.
One of the funniest videos I ever saw on Facebook was this guy came out with a flatbed of toilet paper. It was about maybe 5 feet high and 5 feet wide, and then all the people just started going after it while he was unwrapping it. And somebody dubbed a bunch of zombies moaning to the video. So it was like,
that's genius.
That's
reminds me like Jingle All the Way or whatever when they're going after that toy or whatever.
Oh, and
whoever would have thought any of that would have happened.
Gosh,
the whole world just shut down.
Oh, it's terrible. It doesn't. I mean, and my dad's bitching about it all the time. It's like, dude, nothing's gonna really.
Oh, here goes about CERN right now.
Yeah, here we go.
Something about it. Like I said, I'm not that informed on it.
I don't know anything. I'm just trying to learn.
Well, give me something to Google and read.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we did find a new show.
we did.
What was it called?
The Lincoln Lawyer.
The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
Never heard of it. Did you guys watch Stranger Things?
We have not seen an episode of Stranger Things.
Neither have I.
That's crazy.
No.
I've been told I live in a hole.
Babe, tell them what's the last show we binge watched.
Oh, you really want me to?
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Sister Wives.
What is it?
Ew.
What is it?
Polygamous, man. They're
Sister
interesting.
Wives.
Sister Wives.
Oh.
Not even lying. It's addicting. I watched it. Well, okay. His son was watching it, and we just.
What's that on Netflix too? Or
Shit. Discovery Plus?
It was on Discovery Plus.
okay.
Yes. I think it was Discovery Plus. Yes. And his son was watching it, and we're like just up in the living room, just shooting the shit with him before they left. And it was on, and we just were watching it. And we're like, this is so stupid. And we kept watching, and we kept watching. And then 14 seasons later, we were still watching.
It must be that good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Sister Wives. It's just
Yeah.
different, man. Like this guy's got
Hey.
4 wives, and it's a thing.
Hey.
That's like that Amish mafia. I used to always watch that.
Yeah. Man. Let me tell you, we were in Hobby Lobby one day, and we're behind this lady, and I don't know, she's got like 10 kids. It's just her. And I instantly thought, polygamous type thing. And sometimes what I think just comes out of my mouth.
No filter.
No filter. And we're standing there, and I'm pretty sure she heard me.
Yep.
A bunch of people turn around. I'm like, because I said, man, is she a polygamist? Yeah.
Happened. It totally happened.
Did she say anything to you?
They just looked
She
at
didn't.
us.
No, she just kind of looked at us.
But no, really, it was actually pretty good. It was just a whole different way of life. And to each their own. Like I don't
Hey.
whatever makes
Yeah.
y'all happy.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
I don't know how he did it.
14 seasons. You don't recommend?
Dude, I can't explain how I watched 14 seasons of it.
I can't.
Yeah.
So,
It was just one of those things, and we hate. You spend half an hour, 45 minutes looking for something to watch.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
it's just annoying.
That's one thing that infuriates me about certain TV shows. You look, there's like so many to choose from, and you get fed up with it. You're like, I can't. I'm done.
They should look for a TV drama called Taboo.
Taboo. Tom Hardy.
I've been watching Money
Oh, yeah.
Heist on Netflix. That's a good show.
Money
is
Heist.
Yeah, it was. I think it was from Brazil or something.
I'm
And
writing that down too.
I
That's why I
watched-
watch the rap videos.
Do it.
well, it said like 5 different parts, and like in America, you'd think like a mini series, 5 different parts. So I'm watching the first thing or whatever, and it goes through 5 different parts, and I was like, "There's so much shit left over. Like, what the hell's going on?" Well, I guess they don't call their seasons parts because it was like they're 5 parts or 5 seasons, so there's different episodes. Yeah, it's a really good show. I'm in the last season now, but yeah, I definitely recommend it.
We're gonna have to watch that too.
Awesome.
Okay, what's Stranger Things about? I have no idea.
It kind of it reminds me of like an 80s, like an 80s type of show, like a Goonies or something with like maybe Ghostbusters mixed in. Like it sees a group of kids, and I don't remember actually the first season going back. Like the one kid gets sucked into the upside down, which is kind of like our world, but it's like flipped upside down. It's like a darker side. And I don't want to like give too much stuff away, but there's a lot of stuff like demon-ish, like kind of sci-fi-ish too. Like I think this season, Phil, do you watch it at all?
I don't. I want to, but it's just I'm weird because like whenever I watch certain shows, like I usually watch ones that no one ever talks about.
I think this season was more horror than
Yeah.
sci-fi compared to a lot of the other seasons, but it's a really good show. Like I said, it's a group of kids, and their kid gets sucked into this world in the first season.
Yeah.
And basically in the first season, they're trying to figure out how to get them out. I think this is the 4th season they're in now. So there's a bunch of other stuff that's happened over the different years. But yeah, it's a really good show. It's really good.
Yeah,
I heard it's like gory as hell too, the newer season.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Jen was crying and stuff like at the end of this season, and
Wow.
a lot of people were very emotional.
Shit.
We watch a lot of history stuff.
Yeah, a lot of documentaries.
Yeah.
That's why.
History's good.
Yeah, we like history and documentaries, and obviously ghost
Mhm.
shows. And
Mhm.
Yeah, talking about that, what's your favorite ghost shows?
oh,
I loved. Was it
Wh-
Paranormal Lockdown?
Oh
With,
yeah, that's a good one. Nick Ross.
Yes.
when we
Love
started dating,
Really
okay,
good.
she was on a huge Ghost Adventures kick,
Mm.
watching Ghost Adventures. So I'd go to her house, and she'd come here, and we'd watch Ghost Adventure. Even though I've seen them all, we still watch them. And now she sees the,
The
with-
dramatic.
with Ghost Adventures, but
Yeah, I mean, kudos to him for creating his own empire. What else? I like the Paranormal Lockdown. I like Nick Groff. I really do. Paranormal State. Is that what it's called? One of the first ones.
Yeah, Ryan Buell.
That's a
That
good
was
one.
more real. Like that was
first few
legit.
seasons.
well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Ghost Hunters, original Ghost Hunters. First
yeah.
Okay.
Good
10
stuff right
seasons.
there.
I mean, to me, those first few seasons, that was they were doing what we do,
Mhm.
but on TV, there was no dramatic stuff. They would go into these clients' house and say, "Hey, we don't think it's haunted. We don't think there's anything in here. We don't, it's not." I loved it. I loved the first Ghost Hunters. I liked Ghost Adventures when Nick Groff was on the show.
Yeah.
When Nick left, I think Zach kind of went to his head and lost his marbles a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Paranormal Lockdown, definitely with Nick and Katrina is a good. I like that one.
Mhm.
Dead Files is a good one.
Do you guys ever watch the Holzer Files?
I was just thinking of that, and I couldn't.
I like
remember
Holzer
the name of
Files.
Holzer Files,
Yes.
absolutely love it. I love Shane Pittman. Dude is awesome.
He's cool as hell too. Dave Schrader. We met him a couple times. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
Mikey was the night we went to the Bell Mansion
Yeah.
because I was supposed to be on it with Dave Schrader, and I was like, I'm on the road, like I can't do anything. So Mikey went on instead. But yeah, I've met him a couple. Like remember Phil? He picked you up and was like swinging you around, and like he's super
He
cool
was.
as hell.
Nicest guy ever. Nicest guy
He's
ever.
fun.
Yeah,
too.
we've heard nothing but amazing things about Dave. We just never
Yeah.
we haven't met him yet.
We need to do that.
So
Yeah, he's a good dude.
We just like good, genuine people,
Right.
Yeah.
Especially connections are wonderful. We met the Ghost Brothers at the Ohio State Reformatory. The
Yeah,
nicest,
they're
funniest
super cool
guys.
too. Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
cool.
They're nutcases. They're
But
great.
yeah, the first time I met Dave was like 2 years ago. We were at that convention, and he came over and started talking to our table, and I didn't know who he was. I never seen the Holzer Files at the time. Like I knew he was somebody famous, but I didn't know who he was. But the funny thing is he's like, oh, well, tell me something that's happened to you or like something that scared you or whatever, and this and that. And I told him about the possession at Bel Air because I saw the possession at Bel Air, and I didn't know, like, the Holzer Files has to do with possessions. So I'm telling him about possessions when he's the one that like does possessions.
That's awesome though. Like,
Yeah.
you're just yourself. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to.
the kids on Destination Fear are really cool.
Okay.
That's a good show. Although they kind of get too spooked too fast. But they're fun. They're cool. They're nice. They're
It's
fun.
TV.
I have a
Yeah.
funny story that we heard about something that happened with Donnie. Remember, Phil, when they were talking about a Hillview?
Oh, you might have to remind me of that. I can't remember all the details.
Donnie's one of the guys that's at Hillview. He's a younger guy in his early 20s. He's an attractive looking guy.
Yeah.
They supposedly told him that he was too attractive to be on the show. And then the funny thing is Ken, who's another older guy, they put Ken on the show. So Ken's like, what the fuck? Like, I can't be, I could be on the show.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
And it's like you hear all these stories, and I get it. It's TV. They need their
Yeah.
ratings, just like movies.
Yep.
Just like, whoa, the lights just flickered. Did you see that?
Oh.
How sometimes books don't turn into the same thing in movies, because
Yeah,
they
right.
need viewers. I understand that all. So it just stinks because a lot of the uneducated just look at those TV shows. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys hear that?
It's storming bad. Sorry, guys.
I heard something in the background.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm jealous.
I like storms. I know.
Oh, well, we gotta go, guys.
But unfortunately, a lot of the uneducated, they think that's what it's like. Hell, that's what I did. That's when I started watching ghosts. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Okay, like we get all this activity all the time. Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, I think I'm meeting somebody in March. Yay!
That's karma.
Oh, karma! Woo! Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I was like, a new date, a new woman. Just kidding. Yeah. So, what are some of your guys' favorite places you've been to, investigated?
Activity wise, or just in general?
Both. We don't care.
Because I mean, I like Monroe House was really. We got some good shit at Monroe. Like you guys should have came out that night. Like it was really good. We're gonna go back for a full weekend, I think, which we want to hit you guys plus up too, like for a night.
Yes. You go back for a full weekend. I don't care what happens. We'll make it happen.
All right, sounds good.
We'll come down.
We got to get the team. Oh my God, the team will kill us if we do not go to Monroe House.
Well, some of the crazy shit that happened in Monroe. Well, first off, like even me and Jen got there daytime because like they pretty much let us in whenever. They were like, you guys, it's cleaned up, go in whenever you want. So we went there in the daytime, and I first off, like even finding the second floor was like the whole house is just weird the way it's set up. Like we couldn't find the second floor for a while. So it's actually like when you go in the main door, there's like a museum kind of area, and like you have to sign your papers there and shit like that. But then like you go to the right and that takes you to basically all the first floor of the house, and the basement's down over here and all that shit. But there's a door to the left of the room, and I thought it was an outside door. Like it didn't look like a door. And like me and Jen actually were outside at one point. We're like, do we not get, access to the second floor, or what the hell's going on? So we went out that door, and it actually went up a staircase, and that's how you got to the second floor. So we go up to the second floor, and Jen was feeling sick. Like as soon as we got in the house, like she didn't want to be in there. And when I went up to the second floor, there's a Ouija board in there, and there's a bunch of dolls on the one side of the room. I'm up there by myself, just nebbing, walking around. And as I'm like looking at the Ouija board, I didn't see it move, but one of the dolls behind me moved. Like I heard something like move, and like the one doll was like kind of like leaning up and over something, and the other one was knocked over. So that was like the first thing. That was during the daytime. So then we had
wait.
Oh wow!
Storm.
Look at all that coming
too.
I had no idea there, bro. That's okay. Sorry, squirrel.
No, that's fine. But even in that hallway, like later on that night, we kept smelling like, I don't know if it was lilac or what the hell it was. And it wasn't there earlier. So that was weird in there. But the craziest thing that happened to me and Mikey, because there was shit that was going on with all of us. We were spread out throughout the house. But me and Mikey were down in the basement. And supposedly that's like where they did like, I don't know, sacrifices or some shit down there. So I don't know. Did you guys ever see the episode where they go there? And like he goes under the crawl space and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mikey did that. He went down in the crawl space. I'm sitting in the regular basement area. And as he's back there, like a whole bunch of shit just happened back to back to back. We had a baby monitor on him. We had a regular camera facing me and a laser grid. And then there was also a police cam that was facing like my actual face. So like, I'm pretty sure we got a lot of it on camera. But the baby monitor, like first the baby monitor froze, and it froze like he looked creepy as fuck because he had like a respirator on, and it's like it's in the dark and shit. So that happens, and then he felt something moving under him. Could have been a bug, could have been a snake. I'm not saying it was paranormal, but it freaked him the fuck out. And like he was like, he said it was the only time he's been like scared at a place. And but after that happened, our laser grid kept flicking on and off. Like we had the baby monitor was like plugged into this outlet, and the outlet started making like, it could have been something electrical. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was making all sorts of weird noises. And then like he ended up getting out of the hole, like freaking out, getting out of the hole, went upstairs. He left me down there by myself. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this shit's going on. You're just gonna leave me. But so other shit that was going on too was like, first off, when we left, like I had like an EMF with temperature and everything on it. When we left the basement, it was 666, which is crazy. And another thing that happened, like we were taking holy water, because I don't know if you remember in that episode, they were blessing holy water and they were getting like the house was shaking and shit. So we started doing the holy water thing, which actually Troy tried doing the holy water upstairs and he got stopped. Like before he could do it, April called down to him, so he didn't end up doing it. So that was kind of weird. So we're actually doing the holy water thing in the basement. And earlier in the night, Mikey was like laughing, just like like a weird like type of laugh, you know, because we were joking around. And through the spirit box, you heard his same laugh come across as we're doing the holy water in the basement.
Damn.
So that was fucking creepy.
Yeah,
So like activity wise, like Monroe was probably one of my favorite places.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
If we're talking about like just like, you know, the size of it and shit like that. I mean, I like Minesville, West Virginia State Penitentiary.
That place is
Trans
beautiful.
Allegheny is cool. Like, you know, a lot of those big locations are really cool. But we didn't have like a ton. You got something going on behind you right now.
It was the dog. I thought she was scared because she gets really scared during storms.
Yeah, it's storming pretty
okay.
bad here.
Yeah.
She's all right.
So if you lose
okay.
this, that's what happens.
She's a pit bull. They're vicious, right?
Aw.
Lake Shawnee was pretty cool too, which is I don't know. Do you guys know about Lake Shawnee?
Mm-mm.
It's an amusement park in West Virginia. It's abandoned now. We're actually going back. When is that? August or September? I think we're going back with Mary Jo from Penn Paranormal. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She invited us to come.
Yeah.
But we've been there once before, and it used to be an amusement park. Now it's abandoned. It's also built on the Indian burial ground, and that's actually fact. That's not them saying this because actually they were digging a mud bog. And when they were digging their mud bog, they there was like 30 bodies they found. It was Native American. And then like the amusement, like the whole park's supposed to be cursed. Like there was a girl that died on the swings, which I don't know. Like supposedly the swing hit a truck. Like a truck backed in, and the swings were on and hit this truck, and that's how she died. There was 2 people that drowned there. Back like when it was like Native American stuff, which they have the actual memorial on the property. There was a family that lived there. I think it was the Whites, something white. The Native Americans like killed and scalped their kids like on this property.
Damn.
And like like all sorts of crazy shits happened at this place.
Where was this at again? I'm sorry.
It's in Lake Shawnee is at the amusement park. It's called the hell's the town? Rock, West Virginia is where it's at.
Rock. Thank you.
And they just reopened again because like we went, I think 2 years ago is when I went, when we were part of our old group. And then I guess because of COVID, they were closed down. They just reopened. Like they're taking bookings now. They also have a haunted house, like a haunted attraction. And that thing was probably scarier than anything because, you know, I'm a big guy and you could walk through their trailers of that. I actually fell through the steps because it was so like dilapidated. I didn't get hurt, but I like broke the one step.
Oh no.
Did you sign a waiver? Did they have you sign a waiver?
Probably.
You'd be a millionaire right now.
right.
Just kidding. No, we definitely have to get to Monroe House. We got to take the team there first. But when are you guys going back? Do you know yet?
We don't have a date for Monroe.
Okay.
Yet. Probably
No,
next
dude.
year sometime. Yeah, like
Okay.
I know we want to go a full weekend.
I definitely want to go. I can't miss it this time. I can't. I just
Yeah,
can't.
Phil didn't go.
Yeah.
Phil was scared.
So where's your favorite places?
Oh gosh, Loveland was amazing. Hillview is one of my favorite places to go to. Pickle Jar, of course, because I just love organized chaos. And that place was organized chaos. But it's just so fun to walk around and look at shit.
Okay.
Trying to think. The Madison Seminary was really fun. And the Inspiration House is probably one of my favorite places just because it was very relaxing and it was a very rustic country home. And
The Inspiration House is owned by Michelle Ballinger.
The Grand Midway Hotel was probably one of my all-time favorite places just because it's just so fucking cool to look at stuff whenever you walk in there. It's so awesome. And I really shouldn't say I have an ultimate favorite, but like definitely Hillview, Loveland, Pickle Jar, you know, the Ohio State Reformatory, of course, the Moundsville Penitentiary. Those places I can go there like every friggin' weekend. I feel like I'm at home, which sounds kind of
Hillview is definitely special because me and Jen actually had our bachelor party at Hillview.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
And we go there all the time. We were just there on Saturday. Like we go there all the time because it's so close to us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. I'm trying to think of it. Oh, and Dar Mine was really cool. That's where we had our first photo shoot as a team. and that place is it had it was a,
you guys still there? You like froze up.
oh
Maybe
shit.
the storm knocked them out.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, it's just showing like a blank page right now.
Oh yeah, they lost power.
Yeah, he just said we lost power.
Brats.
All right. Well, I don't know if we could still keep talking for 15 minutes or
Yeah,
or whatever. you want to.
That's cool. That stinks that they lost power. That sucks. Damn.
Yeah.
We got hit. Did you? Yeah, that storm came through earlier this afternoon. It was pretty insane, man. Damn.
Well, I know they had some stuff coming up.
Mhm.
I was going to have them promote it, but if they can't be on, then I'll promote it for them. I know they're having get on. Oh, they're going to get on their phone. Okay, they'll be back on. It says then.
Oh, very
Okay,
cool.
so if anybody's still listening, they'll be on in a
Yes,
couple of minutes.
yes.
They're going to use their phones. What was I saying?
About promoting what they're going to be doing.
Oh, I'll let them do that if they're going to come back on.
Yeah,
'Cause I know they have some shit coming up. I know they actually had. I think it was Tony Moran from Halloween was there like not too long ago.
Oh no
and
shit. Okay, that's cool.
I know it was one of the guys from Halloween. I think that's who it was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But what do we have coming up, Phil? Since we're sitting here bullshitting for a little
You
bit.
know what? I mean, honestly, I don't even think. Well, we're going to be we'll be in HillCon August 13th. I know that.
Yeah.
We're also going to be going to Sleepy Hollow, New York. That's in November. We're
That's
finally
October.
or October rather. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very excited because we are going to go to Gettysburg next month. First
Mm-hmm.
time I've ever been there before, and that's going to be amazing. That's been one of my.
We're going to be wrapping up the Greenville stuff pretty soon too. I know me and Mikey are supposed to go out and interview Marcus or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
I think this weekend actually.
Oh, that'd be good. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you'll have to tell me how that went. That'd be really, really cool. Greenview. I forgot about that place too.
I mean, you
Greenview.
can even come out if you want. It don't matter. We're going Saturday. I know that.
I don't think I have anything going on Saturday.
I'll be up camp and I'll go straight from camp. So if you want to come up and meet me at camp or something, we could do that.
Yeah, I'll have to see what I have going on. I don't think I have anything
There they are. They're coming
planned.
back.
Yay! But yeah, we'd love to go back to Greenview.
Ends are in the dark bar. Turn your night vision on.
Maybe I'm like, turn on at night.
I don't even know how to do that on his phone.
It
Holy
looks so
crap.
weird, like in the dark. I'm gonna put you guys on the solo layout here.
There we go.
Hi.
Hi,
Like, you look
guys.
like two different people.
I know, right? Holy crap! What the hell are they?
Well, you got a flashlight on your phone?
Oh, yeah. Here. I got you. This is kind of cool. I always liked losing power.
You could
Oh,
like
yeah.
tell a
Really
scary
neat.
story, like put it underneath your chin and start talking to us.
Oh, shit.
There's a strange man behind me. That's awesome.
Well, we just wanted to pop back on and obviously say thank you guys. And I don't know, we just didn't want to leave you hanging.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we were talking about, to be honest with you. Flavor places. Oh, I have a list, actually. I have a list.
Oh, we were talking about Hillview, I think.
yeah.
Yes. We need to get there. We definitely need to get there.
It's so funny.
How far away is that from you guys, Hillview?
From our house, it's like 45 minutes to an hour, but my camp is like 20 minutes from it. So like we go up there pretty often.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like we went up on Saturday, me and Jen, and just for like a public, but we're friends with like two of the people that run it.
Yeah.
So like we went up and hung out with them, spent time with them or whatever. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it there.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
And the first time we actually went, it was one of their psychic conventions like years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the first time me and Jen been, and we've been going ever since. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
See? I
Nice.
don't know.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
so it's like a bucket list thing you guys would want to go on.
Yeah.
Anywhere in Europe.
Oh, okay.
We went to the Rose Hall Plantation in Jamaica.
Yeah, me and Jen have been there too.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I forgot. What else? I don't know. I just like exploring new places, to be honest with you. I love exploring and just seeing. I don't really have.
My favorite place is the Bell Mansion.
Oh, shit.
Cheap plug.
I really, honestly, right now, the Monroe House is the next. I've been just got to make it happen.
Right.
Yeah,
Set
you're
a
pretty
date and
close
just
too.
make it happen. I know, it's so sad.
How
That,
close do you guys live? How close is it
Oh
to
my-
you?
It's an hour away.
yeah,
Not bad. Not bad at
it's
all.
legit an hour away.
We are completely in the dark, people. We love
Oh.
Yeah. And my phone's about dead, so what do you know?
you.
We're almost done anyway. You guys, I don't know if you want to plug anything. I know there's some stuff coming up that's pretty cool at your place. I was gonna do
Yeah.
it for you guys because you guys weren't around, but I'll let you guys do it.
Go ahead.
Let's see, wait, what is we do have an awesome of course, we run the Bell Mansion here in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Mm.
It literally was a funeral home for 93 years. The architect's amazing, the woodwork's amazing, on top of being super active. Yeah, so if you're looking for another place to investigate or just want to come to a public, we hold an 8-hour public once a month. We do ghost tours every Saturday.
Flashlight.
Flashlight tours once a month. Pretty much just follow us on Facebook.
Your
Just look
kids'
up The
paranormal
Bell.
stuff too.
Yeah.
Yes. The Bell Mansion LLC, and follow us on our website too, thebellmansion.com. We're doing like a fun fest at the end of this month. We're just having vendors and food trucks and stuff like that. We're actually having the man in November. Jason Haas will be at Haas. I always
Whoa.
what?
Before the man even shows up, we have another thing before that.
Oh, break.
Brian Kano is coming to our building with his wonderful History of Paranormal exhibit.
Ah,
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
he was
For
at
5 days.
That'll be
Mansfield when we were there too. That's cool.
Yep.
that'll be
Then the man is coming. Jason. Do we tell him who else?
yeah,
Jason?
it's already
Jason is bringing Satori and
Oh,
Cody
Oh.
and Sherry. He has
Oh,
never
wow.
done a convention with his daughters, so we pitched it to him and he liked the idea.
Yeah.
That's
That
really
sounds
awesome.
fantastic.
So November 11th and 12th,
hmm
and then Dustin Perry's coming back.
Dustin Perry's coming back in December for Christmas event.
Yep,
That's
for
cool.
paranormal, and like he does a lot of like speaking and positive motivational. There we go, which is awesome. So he'll be doing some of that in December as well. Yeah, just we have so much going on. I know we're doing some kind of zombie ball in October.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's the building, guys. It is. The opportunities are endless. There's so much you can do. Trying to do more of like an event center, on top of all the paranormal stuff.
Mhm.
And then, of course, follow Old World Paranormal Society. That's what started it all. And Nick and his team, and just want to pay it forward.
Hey.
You guys have any investigations coming up?
Yeah, we actually Austin Maynard
Oh.
we swapped with him. He's coming to the Bell, and we are doing Middle Point School in what is it? Alglazy Village.
I don't know.
Is
Is that the one that Adam owns?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. We want to get there some point too. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we still like to get out and venture and go to other places. It's hell trying to find time because one, I own my own flooring company,
Mm.
and then us, she does most of the crap work during the day at the Bell,
Yeah.
and I go and
behind the scenes stuff. That's why we excel, though, because I don't do well with tours or hell. This was a big deal just being on the podcast. Like I just get my anxiety kicks my ass.
Well, at least you know us a little bit.
Yeah, it does, and it's so that's why we make a good team because he helps out with the.
This is only what, your second or third one you've done?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, no, this is your third one. This is only third one she's done.
That's
Okay.
very
Wow.
true.
She's not on the Old World Paranormal podcast. She doesn't do that. She normally does not want to do the Facebook Lives or any podcast to boot. So
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone.
We appreciate it for sure. Next time I'll get
Yeah.
Jen to come on too.
It is. It's hard, you know, and we all have our things. They're just easier to avoid,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But that's how you grow. It's just getting out of your comfort zone. So,
Amen.
I don't know what else.
Kids event once a month.
Yep, we do have the kids classes once a month.
We got a lot of ideas. This is just stuff that we have, inked in, signed contracts, blah blah blah. We're working on 50 million other things, and
Yeah.
so
We're
just
just
have to follow us, man.
Yeah,
That's
we're very passionate about the building and just
Do you
sharing it
guys
with the
you
building.
live stream at all?
Do we live stream?
Mhm.
Like during
on
our
investigations?
investigation?
Yeah.
Every great once in a while we do.
Okay, very cool.
We've swayed away from a lot of things we used to do.
You know what? We really do need to start doing more of that. We just get so zoned in on the people that are in front of us. You know what I mean? And then you forget. You're like, oh shit, social media, and hell, that's a full-time job in itself. Social media. I don't know. It's draining.
It's been completely eye-opening for me to go from being just a paranormal investigator and going to places to being on the other side now. You just totally forget about a lot of things, and you're hyper focused on the building and the spirits in there, and then hyper focused on the guests that come into your building and making sure they're having a great time and all their needs are met. You just don't think about the other stuff anymore.
Yeah.
We do need to do that though.
Mm-hmm.
And again, our main thing is just providing and creating that safe place for people to be themselves, and that's why I do what I do.
That's awesome.
So we appreciate the shit out of you guys. Thank you
We
so
love you
much.
guys too,
Thank
for
you
sure.
so much.
Really, thank you. And we hope to see y'all soon. I'm serious. We need
I'm
to.
excited.
You guys are ever out our way, especially if you ever want to go to Hillview or something.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
We have a camp up there. You can come stay with us. We have a loft upstairs. There's 2 beds upstairs. There's a couch bed.
Good peeps, man.
We'll be at the West Virginia Penitentiary Convention thing.
Nice.
Okay, when is that one? Is that the
August 13th?
Yes.
I think it's the same day. Can we have some that day?
Aren't we doing the Hillcon?
We're at Hillview, I think, August 13th. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same day we're at Hillview.
Because
we're there for their Hillcon.
Oh, okay.
Which that's actually the first time we'll have all 7 of us actually together at a convention.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
Are you guys on the show there, or are you guys just going out?
Oh, I don't know. Dave from Paranormal Quest, he's putting it on, and he just asked if we wanted to come out and
I think we'll just have a booth.
a booth or something.
Well,
I don't know.
You'll kind of be in our area. I don't know if you guys are just coming for one day or what, but yeah, let us know.
Hell, we don't know what we're doing tomorrow.
We can maybe meet up for lunch or something, or
I'm so serious. Hell, I thought this was tomorrow. That's how my days all. Yeah, but no, I would love to. I'm so serious. I would love to meet up with y'all. It's August 13th?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
August 13th.
Yeah.
We'll make something happen.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks for coming on. We'll
Thank
talk
It's
to you guys
definitely a
soon.
party break time.
It's good to see you, Sean. It was nice meeting you, Phil.
I can't see you guys right now, but it was good seeing you guys.
I
know. You guys are wonderful. Thank you.
Be safe. Have a good night.
Bye, guys. Have a good evening.
Man.
Thanks.
Bye.
Peace out, guys.